Miss Tulio's called me out a couple times for not always showing and explaining all the wonderful math that goes into a math in the wild. So we're gonna do that right now with the Starbucks cup and how we math up the volume of this thing. Pretty dang close. Starts with the opening here, the diameter of that opening, which is 3 3/4 of an inch, and the diameter of the bottom here, which is 2.5 inches, and the height, which is about 5 inches, okay? Now up here on the board, in orange, I have our Starbucks cup, right? And it's actually part of a cone, okay? It's actually a truncated cone or a frustum, okay? If I were to extend these sides here down until they intersect, we have a really long skinny cone, right? And if I can get the entire volume of this cone and then this bottom portion of the cone, subtract them, I'd be left with the frustum or the volume of my Starbucks cup. Well, to get the volume of a cone, it's pi r squared, the area of a circle, times the height of the cone divided by 3. So I need the radius, I need the height. Since we have our diameter of 3.75, got the radius there. The other diameter is 2.5, so my radius is 1.25 inches. But I've got this 5 inches here. I don't have the whole height, but we can math that up. All right, this right here, this cross section is actually a right triangle. There's 2 right triangles here, which I have conveniently drawn over here, okay? So we got one of the right triangle heights is 1.875 inches. The other one's 1.25 inches. The distance between those two is the height of that cup of 5 inches. And the other part is unknown, okay? These are similar triangles here because we got 2 right angles and a shared angle of those 2 triangles, right? So we can actually set up a proportion and solve this thing, okay? We've got ourselves 1.25 over x, 1.25 over x, and then the larger triangle side, 1.875, over its entire side of 5 plus x. Cross multiply solve, it conveniently came out to 10, which is very suspicious, yes? All right, so we got a height of 10 on this smaller cone, which means an overall height of 15 for the larger cone. So in purple here, we have the volume of our larger cone, right? Pi times my radius squared times my height of 15 divided by 3, 55.223 and change. Left it in the calculator, you know, yo-ro. You only round once. Okay. Next one. We got a height of 10 this time and a radius of 1.25. We get 16.362. Subtract those two. We got 38.8609, I think, something like that. So we truncated it at 3 decimals because we were doing a truncated cone. Get it? Math joke. All right. Then we converted that one to fluid ounces, and we got pretty dang close. So what it should have been, what we ended up getting a beaker and filling it up, we got about 583 milliliters in this thing, and I think this calculated out to 600 something. We were like 50 off or something like that. So pretty dang close, but that's how you calculate the volume of a frustum, a truncated cone. When you don't have all the dimensions, it's pretty crazy. A lot of math. We mathed it up hard. That was dope.